Were you surprised that the offense struggled with all this talent that you guys have added? And then the way the first half went, it was kind of more of the same. So I guess how pleased are you to see the output that they had in the second half and the effort you guys were able to put out there and seal this win or get this win in the comfort behind passion?
Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, like you said, we talked about it last week, and there are going to be games where the offense has to bail us out. Defensively, we had a great start, kind of got lulled to sleep and made a lot of mistakes. And, they scored on back-to-back series, I believe. Next thing you know, it's 21-3 at halftime. And, it's so easy to start getting into the emotion of, like, guys feeling sorry for themselves. Here it is all over again. And then, offense came out in the second half, and let's just call it what it is. They saved the defense. They won the game. 28 unanswered points in the second half. And I was proud to see how those guys fought. Defensively, we fought. Bryce had a hell of an interception after we threw one that kind of changed the whole momentum swing. So it was great, man. All that matters is when you get a win. And so I'm just so proud of how we fought.
Next one, Ryan.
Hey, Justin, I got two for you. The first one is, how much did Phillips' 55-yard touchdown pick up the whole sideline and give it some adrenaline?
Oh, yeah. No, it was like electric. Like, all right, we got a little bit of momentum going. Now it's the defense's job to come back out on the field and sustain it, get a 3 and out. Offense feels like they're in rhythm, feels in rhythm. When you get your running game going, it opens it up for Drew a little bit. So, that's the type of stuff you're thinking about, as a defensive guy, like, hey, all right, look, our offense is fighting. Let's get a stop for him, give him another shot to get out there. Better yet, a takeaway, short, put him on a short field. So those are the types of things you think about.
And then secondly, when you're watching that last drive, is it exciting or nervous when you can't do anything about it?
As a player, you always want to be the one out there. Like, when the game is coming down to a decision, a game-winning drive, field goal touchdown, you want to be out there. But so it was nerve-wracking, but it was, it's our offense. They had all the momentum the whole second half. We kept making play after play. Guys were catching the ball. There's a hell of a catch by Melvin to get on that first down. And then, threw it up to Al in the end zone. We got the PI, and then we moved to first and goal on the one. And, Drew found KJ. It was awesome to see, man. It was awesome to see.
Next one, Troy.
Justin, congratulations, man, on the win. Guys were talking last week like it was a bit of a kind of a put up or shut up game. As you pull this off, does it feel like maybe things can turn the corner when you get a win like this?
For sure. Yeah, we talk about it all week. We just gotta take it week by week. You can never go too high, can never go too low. So, last week was last week's game. There's a whole new game, a whole new start. Now it's a whole new talking point, for this week until we play. I think it's the Falcons on Sunday, right? So we have a whole new talking point now from who the Denver Broncos are, what Drew did, what the defense did, this, that, and the other. But you got to just learn to be even keeled through it all. We're obviously going to celebrate this one tonight. It's a division game. It's a huge win for us, and you learn to take that. But as the week goes on, you start prepping, getting ready for Atlanta. We got to be able to put this one behind us, but also carry the positives and the momentum in that game so that we can keep just stacking wins, week by week. That's kind of the key to it.
Next one, Zach Stevens.
Hey, Justin, you guys were down 24-3 at a point in this game. When were you confident that you guys were going to win?
As soon as I saw the offense score, I think Ryan said it was that 55-yard touchdown from Phil. I was like, we're fighting. It'd be different if we got out there and, every week, you see the same things happening, but we're fighting. Offense is fighting. He broke a couple tackles. Offensive line was blocking for him, shoot through the lines, found a way to get in the end zone. Defensively, you're like, all right, that's, they're fighting, man. Like, let's get out here. Let's find a way to get them the ball again. Better yet, like I said earlier, let's get a takeaway. Let's get them on a short field so we can put up another pair of points, because it's all about that momentum swing, how you feeling, you're in rhythm. And so it was great, man. I feel like I'm saying the same things. I don't know. I'm just excited, It was a great win for us.
Guys, time for a few more. Next one, Eric DeLala.
Justin, a couple for you. First, can you take us through your interception there at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, we know Herbert is a great arm, almost like that gunslinger mentality. Trust his guys when he throws it deep. I mean, we saw that today. He threw it deep a lot, especially to Williams, like on a couple of them. And so just early on in the game, you know, we kind of talked about it all week. Like, he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it. You know, he's been doing it all week. And we've seen that, you know, watched the film. A couple of guys throughout the league have had a chance to grab a couple, but just dropped them. And so we were preparing all week to try and limit some of the big plays. And we knew he was going to try it early. And it was a great call, great execution of the coverage. And, you know, just found a way to kind of slip right inside the route at the last minute to get the interception. So, you know, like I said, it was just great execution all around, from the call to the players executing the call. And I felt like, you know, to start the game, that kind of got us going a little bit.
And then we don't normally see Vic too fired up, but he seemed like he was pretty excited after this win. What was he like in the locker room afterwards?
Oh man, it was great, man. It was emotional. He was fired up, and then, you know, you can kind of hear the breaking in someone's voice when you get a little bit emotional. You're just so proud of, like, it's, you know, a lot of the times the team is a direct reflection of how you're led. And I know Vic was just proud because he always harps on, we just need to be fighters and play for each other and be a team. And I thought that's what we did in the second half. You know, we're all we got in the locker room. People are always going to have their opinions on what we should do, what we shouldn't do, who's this and who's that, and, you know, what guys are doing this and doing that. And at the end of the day, whoever's in the locker room, we know we're all we got, and we got to go out there and we just got to stick together. And I think you saw that the whole second half. It was 21-3. Defense came out. They got a field goal. It was 24-3. And from there, it was just a battle on both sides of the ball. It was just something to be proud of.
Last one, Arnie.
Justin, a couple real quick. Number one, what was it like without Ed Donatel here today? And then secondly, you watched Drew go toe-to-toe with Justin Herbert, who's kind of getting all the publicity right now. What do you think that does for him and those young guys, as far as, I know in your career you made some plays early on and it just kind of seemed to build momentum? Is that what will happen with this offense now?
Yeah, it was different without Ed on the sideline for sure. I mean, this is obviously the first game, and this is a halfway point of this year, but all of last year too. You know, just used to having him, and you just get into a rhythm of having him there. But Coach Hill was down there with us, and our room is just we're just a big extension off of each other. We all work really well together. So Coach Hill was in there, and I mean, he's great. He kept us level-headed a lot of the times, and, you know, just talking to us through adjustments and things like that. So, you know, it was like we didn't even miss a beat. It was great having him out there. And of course, you know, we were missing Ed for sure. And then, you know, the second part of that question, I think what did you ask? You were asking, like, how did Drew? I forgot the second part. Was it like, how did Drew do?
It was just like, you know, when you were a young player and you started to make some plays, you became a playmaker because it kind of just started gaining momentum. Watching Drew go toe-to-toe with Justin Herbert today, and then hitting a couple of those rookies with some great touchdown passes, what do you think that'll do for him as far as his growth?
Oh, I mean, it would be great. You know, a guy like Drew already has enough confidence for himself to continue to be great without, you know, people needing to hype him up. But and that's just kind of the league in a nutshell, right? Like, you know, you're playing with the best of the best, and so if there's any doubt in your mind that you can't do what you're being asked to do, then a lot of times you're not going to be successful. So Drew making plays, you know, early on in his career, still hasn't even started a full season yet, is great. And he's going to just continue to grow off that. And that's the type of stuff, you know, I know every guy in the locker room harps about. There's just something about him, you know, and you're gonna have some bad throws or, you know, things you wish you want back. Just like you know, for me on defense, I'm gonna have some stuff that I wish I had back. But, you know, it's about your batting average. You know, how many times are you know, getting up there and making more positives than you are negatives, and a lot of that's just growth. So I'm always gonna have Drew's back, and he's the man. And led a game-winning touchdown drive today. And we're going to see a lot of that. So I'm excited for him.